good evening, or good morning, or good middle of the day, wherever you are. Welcome back. Welcome to your mats. Welcome back to your practice. Just take a moment before we begin to just notice where you are today. Right? Today will be different from yesterday, different from tomorrow. So just take a moment to honor where you are today and what you need from this ancient practice. And have the courage today to take what you need, to move in a way and move in a form that feeds you, regardless of the cueing and the ideas that come from my voice today. Follow your own inner teacher as we move through this practice. So we'll have some challenging, we'll throw in an arm balance, which you can opt out of if it doesn't serve you today. So we will start on our backs, but if there's somewhere that feels safer and more comforting to you, start in that place. Perhaps it's child's pose or on your belly or lying on your side, or you're not in your studio today. Maybe walking around actually feels better to you. So find a way that you can just begin to settle. So if you are lying down, you can close your eyes. If you're walking around, I would suggest leaving them open so that you don't step on your poor dog or something. So we'll go ahead and just begin. Begin to settle. Begin to take note of your senses, hearing the sounds around you in the room. Beginning to notice the sensations of the skin and where the body is touching the ground. Beginning to feel what it's like to be in this body. And just allow for now the thoughts to roam around and wander, allowing them a little freedom to just go wherever they desire in this moment. Beginning to notice how fast or how slow they're moving. And if you're aware of any recurring patterns of thought or worry that tend to be with you today, take a moment and just allow those to maybe imagine you're putting them in a little box. They're next to your mat and they're safe, and if you want them when you're done with your practice, you can always retrieve them. But just allow them to come out of the mind and drop into that box, safely secured. Then begin to focus your attention, beginning to focus your attention inside the body. Beginning to get a sense of the heart space, how far out that radiates or how close in that is in this moment. Beginning to feel the belly. And just allowing your body to draw the attention wherever it wants. And just taking note of where that attention lands. And begin to spread that attention through the entire body. And if an intention or a word is bubbling up, perhaps it's love or joy or peace or calm, allow that word to bubble up. And then trace that word to a place in your body where that word seems to be emanating from or landing in. And get a sense of that space. Drawing your attention there. And allowing some radiance to move outward from that space. Allowing that word and that essence attention through the whole body, filling up with that word and its energy. And then go ahead and we'll just draw the right knee into the chest and then let the left knee join. Hug those knees in. Let's take a nice, slow, long inhale. And exhale, draw your forehead towards your knees. Lay your head back down and feel the tailbone unwinding as well. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the forehead to the knees. Inhale and lower everything to the ground. Feeling that reception of the ground. Exhale, draw the forehead to the knees again. Lower yourself back down. Keep hold of that right knee, place the left foot on the ground. And just pull with the hands. So we're getting really small. The breath is a little more challenging to move through the right side of the body. Take that attention into the breath and into the sensation of the pose. And then begin to flow that attention through the whole body. Leave the shoulders and head just resting gently on the floor. Noticing where you're making an effort in the pose and where you can be restful and easy. Then we'll allow that leg to float up. You can catch the back of the thigh and draw the leg towards you, or if you have a little more mobility in the hamstring, still leaving the shoulders and head on the ground, you can slide that hand up closer to the ankle. Breathing that breath through the nose, in and out, easy and full. If you want to make some circles with the ankle, you can do that here. My movements never quite represent an entire circle. It always seems like my circle has a very flat side to it. So just noticing your range of motion. And then we'll bend the knee, grab the big toe with the first and second finger, and then take that leg over to the right. Maybe you can extend the heel so that the leg straightens, or maybe the leg just stays bent. Take the left hand and place it on the left hip to keep you grounded. Energetically pressing out through your right heel and drawing back down through the left shoulder and the left hip. Using that breath to discover and to learn about what the body is telling you. And then we'll release the toe, come back up. Let's make some circles in the sky with the legs. So taking some nice big sweeping circles, rotating around, warming up the hip joint. And then allow your circles to come the other direction. And then just bringing that leg to stillness. Tuck your right toes under that left knee and just roll over to the left side. So taking a spinal twist with the knees bent. Noticing how you're breathing. Are you breathing all the way down through the belly, or is the breath just up in the chest? And then invite in a little bit more fullness to the breath. Give yourself time to take a complete inhale. And time to release and let go on the exhale. And time to feel your body from the inside out. Then we'll roll back onto our backs. Hug the knees to the chest, exhaling, forehead comes up to meet the knees. And then lower those feet down. Let's catch that left knee and pull it in towards the left chest. Right foot can stay planted. Head and shoulders just resting on the ground. soft, easy breath. Noticing that we can breathe, even when there's pressure on the abdomen, we can still keep that breath flowing. And then we extend the leg, either grabbing behind the thigh or sliding the hands up towards the ankle, but keeping those shoulders and head just resting. Just discovering, just bringing ourselves to awareness. Flowing that breath where it's being requested in the body, and then spreading it all the way through every cell. Listening to what the body's telling you. We'll bend the knee, wrap the first and second finger around the big toe, right hand anchors that right hip, right shoulder stays down, and we begin to extend that left leg outward. Maybe the knee stays bent, maybe you can extend the leg straight. Noticing in each moment if this is serving you, and if it isn't, find something else that does. Right? Be creative in this practice in a way that brings harmony and joy into the body. Let's go ahead and bend the knee, take that leg straight back up, release the foot, and we'll make some circles in the sky. Rotating that foot around and just noticing if the foot is pointed or the foot is flexed. What is your natural tendency and how do you move in your body? And there's no right or wrong, but we're just becoming more aware, bringing awareness into that. Take those circles the other way. And now we'll just tuck those left toes by the right knee and drop both knees over to the right side. Maybe look over the left shoulder. Draw your attention to where the breath is landing in the body. How full and how rich and how deep is the breath right now? Roll back onto your mat. Let's bend the knees at 90 degrees. Press the palms into the tops of the knees, resisting. And then bend the elbows, let the knees fall to your chest. Push those knees back as the knees resist. And then let those knees boomerang back to the chest. Just move through 5 or 6 breaths like this, using the core and really engaging the core, getting a sense of that middle point of the body. Building some strength in the arms, strength in the legs, and strength in the core. Everything's working here. And then we'll just let those knees drop back into the chest. Go ahead and cross the ankles and just begin to roll up and down the spine. You can uncross the ankles and we'll land standing up at the front of the mat. Finding a mountain pose. The mountain pose is strong. We reach down through the feet and are grounded. We draw the chin in just a little bit to lengthen through the back of the neck. The top of the head reaches towards the sky. Close your eyes and begin to feel that word again. Notice that word that came up as your intention and see where it is now in the body. See if you can begin to move that word through every cell, all the way down to the little toes, to the pinky fingers, and to the top of the head. Inhale, take those arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, plant your hands, spread those fingers out wide, come to a plank pose. Pressing back through the heels, lifting through the belly, and then we'll lower down. You can lower the knees to the floor, slowly lowering the chest down, coming up to a cobra, a nice back bend, pulling the back of the heart up towards the sky. We're taking an up dog, and then we'll lower down. Let's press back to a child's pose, and just pause here for a moment. Maybe you wiggle the hips a little bit left and right. And if child's pose feels good to you, remember you can always return here. Child's pose isn't very satisfying if the hips are tight or the breath feels restricted. You can always come to any other pose to restore yourself during this practice. Let's find a down dog, spreading the fingers out, curling the toes under, and taking the hips up towards the sky. The knees can stay bent at down dog. And we make contact with the earth. We press through the hands to feel some lifting and lightness through all the way up to the tailbone. We pull the ribs back towards the thighs. And the thighs pull back towards the back of the room. Let's all take an inhale together. Breathe in full and deep. Open your mouth, sigh it out. 2 more. Inhale, full and deep. Sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale. Look between your thumbs. Step, hop, and walk to the front of the mat. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach your arms out and overhead. And exhale, pull the hands down through heart center. Feel that word. Feel where that word is landing. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, flowing through your plank to your up dog or lowering down all the way to your belly and then taking your cobra. Your choice. Can change every day. It doesn't have to be the same as yesterday. Feel that body from the inside out. Feel your heart. Feel how it radiates out between the shoulder blades and the back body. Feel how it radiates forward. Big breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Look between the thumbs. Come forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach up and out, inhaling. Exhale, hands land at heart center. Feel that word. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back to your plank, lowering down any way that feels good in your body. Lifting up to any kind of back bend. And exhaling to the down dog. Flowing with breath. Feeling that prana, the chi, the life force within you beginning to wake up, beginning to move and support you. Big breath in, open mouth, sigh it out. Look between the thumbs, come forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull those hands to heart center and pause. Feel that word. Feel it in every cell. Feel the vibrancy it's bringing to you in this moment. Inhale, sit to chair pose, Vinyasa. It's building strength in the feet and the legs. Lengthen the spine. And going deep enough without going too deep. And maybe you back up. Maybe you come up a little bit. You give yourself a break today. Right? You don't always have to work to your extreme edge. You can come up and out. One more breath. wherever you are. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back to your plank, lower through your plank, to your up dog, to your down dog. And then take that right foot, step it between the hands, rise up for warrior one. Just one breath here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, plant those hands, flow through the vinyasa. Elbows bending at 90 degrees if you're coming down in your push-up. Land it in down dog. Step that left foot forward. Rise up. Take just one inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back. Bend those elbows. Lowering down in the inhale, lifting up. Exhaling to down dog. Couple breaths here. Settling in, feeling that energy rising. Returning to a nice easy heart rate. Look between the thumbs. Exhale, come forward. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Exhale, lift up and out of the pose. Hands to the chest. Take one breath here. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, setting up for warrior one. Rooting through the feet to rise up. Spinning the ribs as much as you can towards the front of the room. You'll find that point of resistance. Maybe you back off from that. You don't have to go all the way to that edge. Go far enough for you to be present. And to still feel that word. To still feel that word radiating through all the cells in the body. That's the life force. Feel that in you. Let's bring those hands behind us. Clasp the palms. Draw the heart to the sky as the head looks up. And then we'll hinge, folding inward. Right shoulder comes down by the right knee. Humble warrior. Finding breath. Finding sensation through the entire body. One more breath here. Inhale, rise up. Spin the toes to the long side of your mat. And then pull the heels in, toes point out. We're going to sit down for horse stance. So maybe you cactus the arms, maybe the arms stay overhead. Bending those knees enough, right? Maybe too much, maybe not enough. Finding just enough. Enough to make you be present in this moment. Settling in, feeling the power, feeling the heat rise, feeling the presence in this moment. One more breath. Inhale, straighten those legs. Spin the toes back towards the front of the mat. Hands to the floor. Step that right foot back to a three-legged dog. We're going to reach the right heel in the direction of the spine. Pressing into the left heel and lighting up those inner thighs. Try to feel a little bit of lightness in the hands by lifting more through the right heel and pressing down more through the left heel. One more breath. And then take that right foot, step it to the outside of the right hand. Setting up for lizard, allowing the back knee to come down. And then folding to the forearms if that feels within your range of motion. Otherwise, stand your hands. If you like to lift the arch up and lay the razor edge of the right foot on the ground, you can do that. But do it out of awareness. Do it out of knowledge and wisdom for what the body's asking for. Right? It's so easy in this practice to fall into habits, to do the same poses in the same way, and we forget to be present. Stay present in this practice, in this moment. We're going to spin the back foot down. So the back foot's at a slight angle, toes point a little bit forward. And we're going to take a side angle pose, building it from the bottom up. So we've got that right hand on the ground to the inside of that right leg. And we're going to just begin to peel the left arm up towards the sky. Beginning to spin the rib cage open. If this feels like too much, then you want to come up with the forearm on the thigh. You can come on. Keep the breath flowing. Keep opening up through that right hip. One more breath. Let's take the arm over our head this time and really reach for the front of the room. Let that left hand come down. Plant the hand, spin the back heel up, come back to your three-legged dog. Lift that right heel up and back. And then bend your knee, pulling the heel in towards the butt. Spin your right hip over. Reaching the right knee for the back of the room. One more breath. Returning to your three-legged dog. And then we'll flow through Vinyasa, moving through a three-legged plank. So come forward, lower it down, and then place your foot on the ground, take your back bend, lift up to down dog. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Look between the hands, bend your knees, step hop or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Exhale, lift up. Hands come down. Hands to the heart and pause. In your mountain pose, see if you can spread your toes out. If you can make some space between the toes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back towards that back corner of the mat. Toes point to the front corner, warrior one. Feet reach down, hands reach up. Spinning the ribs as much as you can, and then deciding how far you want to go. Maybe 100% is too much today, maybe 30% is plenty. Figure that out for you in this moment. Right? And no, you don't have to go any further. Right? Finally, you're not in a class. You don't have anybody else looking at you. You could lay on your mat the whole time. No one would know, right? So just enjoy. Take what you need. Let go of that self-applied pressure. And release the hands behind the back if you're flowing through the movements. Inhale, lift up, look to the sky. Exhale, hinge. Left shoulder towards the left knee, holding in. Humble. Humble and strong. Palms pressing to the sky. Inner thigh of the back leg is lit up. One more breath. Finding your breath. Inhale, come back up. Let's spin the toes to the long side of the mat again. And then let the toes point out, heels point in. Take a horse stance, bend your knees. Let's bring the hands down to the thighs. We'll take a twist, reaching the left shoulder towards the right knee. Come back up, twist it the other way, straightening that right arm. And then flowing with your breath. Moving through the side bodies. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. One more time on each side. Coming back up. Spin those feet towards the front of the mat. Take your hands down. Step that left foot back to a three-legged dog. Lifting up through the heel. Feeling a little bit of lightness in the hands. Even though the legs lifted, you should be able to feel light. Directional energy pulling back to the right hip and up through the left heel. And then bend your knee. You can begin to tip that hip over. Breathing into the left quad, pulling that heel in close towards the tailbone. Come back to your three-legged dog, extending out through that left heel. And then look between the thumbs, take the foot to the outside of the left hand. Begin to lower down as much as is possible in your body, as much as feels right. And then stop there. And if where you thought felt right doesn't feel right for very long, come back up. Allow the sensation that's settling into the hip to just move through the whole body. Sharing that breath through every cell. Long, full, deep breaths. Noticing and listening to the body. Come back up onto your hands. Lift that back knee up. Spin the back heel down, setting up for side angle. So the left knee stays bent, the left hand can be inside of that left ankle, and then begin twisting through the spine. If that feels like too much, come up onto the thigh with the left forearm. So we'll breathe a few breaths with the arms straight up towards the sky, feeling that rotation through the ribcage, feeling the fullness that the breath gives us. And then if you want to take that arm all the way overhead, you can feel that line of energy from the ankle to the fingertips. Breathing your breath from every cell. Hands come down to the floor. Come back to your three-legged dog. And then flowing through your Vinyasa, coming to a three-legged plank, lowering down in your push-up, and then coming up to your up dog, returning to your down dog. Slow, easy breath. Look between the thumbs, step, hop, or jump to the front of the mat. Inhaling and halfway lifting, exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull those hands down through heart center. Inhale, sit to chair. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. We're going to spin the feet to the long side of the mat, setting up for a frog pose. So we're going to let the knees come down. So run the inner knees. We're going to bring the feet just in line with the knees, flexing the toes. And we're going to see if we can lay the body down towards the ground. So we look like a frog in our legs. The knees are coming straight out from the hips. The ankles are below the knees. We pull the hips back a little bit, opening up through the inner groin. And just a few breaths here. Maybe the knees begin to slide a little further away from one another, the more breaths that you're in. Maybe a tear trickles down, and if that's the case, back off a little bit. One more breath. Just seeing what the body is telling you, listening from inside, feeling from inside. And then begin to prepare, bring those hands back up. Swing those toes towards one another. Bring those knees back together. Walk the hands back to the front of your mat. Take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out and up. We're going to take a little back bend, lift through the heart. Reach up and back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sit to chair pose with the Vinyasa. Arms come up. Hips pull back and down. Settling in, settling down. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot back. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Find Whatever degree you need to be in right now. I mean, you know what that is. Doesn't have to be 120%, right? It can be 60, 80, 30, 10, 0. Let's reverse our warrior. Reach the right arm overhead. Pull back. Inhale, come back to warrior one. Sweep those hands behind you, lift through the heart, humble warrior. Falling in. Dropping down. Inhale, rise up. Take those feet to the long side of your mat. Bring your hands down to your hips. We're going to take little hockey stomps. So we're going to bend the knees, bring that left knee out in front of the left toes, and take a little side stretch in the right groin. Maybe you can balance here. Maybe you can bind. Taking that left arm behind you. Right arm wraps around behind as well. Left arm is under that left leg. Taking that bind. Still balancing on the ball of the left foot, pressing into the right heel. Nice, one more breath, you can do it. Bring those hands back to center. Shift the hips over to the right. Right heel lifts, left heel presses, toes come up. Maybe you find balance. Bring the hands to prayer. Maybe you go for the bind and you drop that right shoulder down, wrap that right arm behind and under, and take the left arm up and around behind the back. Find your fingers and bind. Find your breath. Find balance and just a soft gaze. You want to keep the senses quiet. So we keep a soft gaze so we can find balance and we can stay with our focus inward. One more breath. Releasing the bind, hands to the floor. We'll walk those hands around. Good. Step up to a three-legged dog. Lift it up. Pressing out through the heel. Tip that hip open. Come back to three-legged dog. Step that right foot forward, lizard pose. Just a couple breaths here. Settling in, lowering down. Bring that left foot to the ground, coming back up onto the hands, setting up for your side angle. Reaching the left arm up. This time we're going to play with a bind, so we're going to let that left hand come behind us. Even if you're on that right forearm, take that left hand behind you by your tailbone. If you're lower in your side angle, you can take the full bind, let your right shoulder dip under the right knee, and then clasp the palms, and then pull the chest back. So the chest, left shoulder, right shoulder line up over one another. Press into the feet equally, lifting through the heart, pulling those shoulders back. Find your breath, find some openness and spaciousness and energy. Move that prana through the body. Release the hands. Take it back to your three-legged dog, flowing through a three-legged vinyasa if that feels plausible to you. Mind your breath. Long, slow, deep and full. Look between the thumbs, step, hop, or jump, coming forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root down, rise up. Sit to chair pose, Utkatasana. Pull the belly in. Lower those hands down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that right foot back. Inhale, rise up, warrior one on the left side. Find your percentage. How far do you go? Go to a place where you can feel this moment fully. Release that right hand down, lift the left arm up and back, taking your reverse warrior. Keep both legs strong. Inhale, come back up. Clasp those palms behind you, heart lifts, and then head falls. Humble warrior. Legs are strong. Inner back thighs engaged. Prana moving. Breath moving. Life force flowing. Inhale, come back up. Spin those feet. Take your horse stance. Spin those toes out. Clasp the arms behind you. Lift through the heart. Sit down in your horse. Let's take those hands over towards the right hip. Stretch your right ear towards the right shoulder. Big stretch in the left side of the neck. One more breath. Hands come back through the center. Push those palms together. Bring them over to the left side. Pull that left ear towards the left shoulder. Right neck, scratching the side. One more breath. Bring those palms back. Lift the heart. Exhale, straighten those legs. Lift all the way up. Spin the toes to the front of your mat. Lower the hands down. Three-legged dog. Left leg lifts up and back. Pulling the heel up. Bend the knee. Tip the hip open. Taking our lizard pose on the left side so that left foot's going to come to the outside edge of the left hand. Landing it down softly, folding as deep as you need to in this moment. Spreading breath through all the cells. Feeling that word within you moving, flowing through. And then let's take our side angle. So bring the hands to the floor, spin the back foot down. Let's take that right arm up. Bring it to the tailbone. You can come up onto that left thigh if that feels more opening and freeing to you. Otherwise, that left shoulder is going to dip down and it's going to come under the left knee. Reach that left hand up and back. Reach the right hand for the left. And then spin the right shoulder over the left. Inner right thigh stays really strong. Notice if the breath is shorter. Notice if the breath is faster. And if it is, back out, back off. Release the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up. Take yourself up to the three-legged dog. And then flowing through your three-legged vinyasa. Long, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Look between the hands, step, hop, or jump forward. Inhaling, halfway lifting. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands pull down to heart center and pause. Inhale, sit to chair pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot back. Walk the right foot out. We're going to take another lizard pose, or if you want to play with an arm balance, join me here. We're going to take that right hand, we're going to bring it to the outside of the right foot. We're going to scoot that right foot in more towards center. Get the right shoulder under the right thigh. Spin the back foot down to 45 degrees. Then we're going to bend that right elbow, making a little shelf for ourselves so that we can lift that right foot up off the ground. Take your left hand off the ground and grab the foot. Then we're going to begin to open up. So we're going to grab the foot or the toe and then begin to straighten that right leg. Spinning that left shoulder over the right, pressing through the heel, and then coming back down. Come back to your plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Left foot, step it to the outside edge of the left hand. Taking another lizard pose, or taking your arm balance. So left hand comes to the outside edge of the foot. Walk that left foot in, more towards the center of the mat. Bend the left elbow. So you've got a little shelf. The foot's going to really, or the shin and thighs are going to really squeeze the arm. Spin your back foot down. And then begin to shift hips back a little bit so you can let that left foot float off the ground. And grab the left toe with the first and second finger. And then begin to straighten the leg, pressing up through the heel, pulling back through the toe. One more breath. Lower that foot down, flowing through Vinyasa. And let's take a child's pose. Open up those knees. Lay yourself down. Take a breath. Slow and easy. Curl those toes under, come into a down dog. Walk those feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull the hands to heart center and pause. We're going to take either a tree pose or Pavamuktasana. Or Panudastasana, sorry, not Pavamuktasana. So we're going to either take that right foot into the left thigh. Standing in our tree pose, taking whatever arm position serves us. Arms up, arms in cactus, or hands in prayer. If you want to take a different version, we'll go ahead and grab the big toe with the first and second finger. Stand up nice and tall. Take that heel and press it forward. And then you can begin to slowly take that leg out to the right, keeping a soft gaze. Maybe you take the arm to the left and you look to the left, or take the arm overhead, whatever feels better to you. Just finding balance, pressing down, pressing up, pressing out. Moving energy, moving that life force and that prana through the body. One more breath. Lowering that hand down, bending that knee back in. Good. And you can either flow through Vinyasa or take a bird of paradise or a forward fold. So if you're going to take the forward fold, separate your knees, shoulder distance or wider. For bird of paradise, we're going to stand on the left leg, heel the right heel up off the ground, take that right arm underneath the right thigh, reach up, left hand comes back behind the body to find the bind, and then we begin to lift up. If it's in your practice, you can begin to straighten that leg. Keeping that bind, lifting through the heart, strong standing leg. Pressing down, pressing up, pressing out. Bend that knee. Come back down, release. Walk those hands around. Flow through a Vinyasa. Long, slow breath. Step hopper, jump to the front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lifting. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull the hands down to heart center and pause. Taking our tree pose on the left side. Rooting through the right leg. Pressing that left thigh. Left foot into the right thigh. Hands can be a prayer, or cactus, or tree. Or you can take Padangustasana. So we're going to go ahead, grab the big toe with the first and second finger, hand on the hip. Extend the left leg out, and then if you want to play, taking that left leg towards the left. Arm can come up straight, or come out to the right, and gaze can come to the right as well. Whatever feels good to you. Press down in your standing leg and out through that left heel. And reach to the top of your head. Feel a little bit of effortlessness and lightness. Feel that life force moving through you. And then bring that knee back in. Lower the foot down. We'll take a forward fold. Bend those knees. Fold forward. Want to play with bird of paradise? Bend your knees nice and deep. Take that left leg. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Take your arm all the way under the thigh. Wrapping that hand back. Take your right arm up and around the back, clasping the left. And then begin to lift that left foot off the ground. Pressing down through the right. And then if you want to extend the leg, you can extend extend the leg. Keep pressing down, lifting up, feeling a little bit of lightness, a little bit of softness. And then bend that knee, lower yourself back down. Releasing the bind, walk those hands around, one last vinyasa. Stepping it back to plank, flowing through with breath. Big breath in, you're down dog, fill it up. Open mouth, exhale. Big breath in, open mouth, sigh it out. One more big breath in. Sigh it out. Bend those knees, take the child's pose. Open them up, lay the forehead to the ground. Take a pause. Breathe in and feel your heart. One more breath. Good. Then we're going to come to our seat. Extending those legs out in front of us. Sitting in staff pose for a moment with the hands by the hips. Head lifting up, chin drawing in just a little bit. Good. And then we're going to take Marichandasana. So we're going to go ahead and bend the left knee. We're going to place the foot not right against the right thigh, a little bit out. So it's straight out from the hip. Left arm's going to reach up. We're going to reach forward and see if we can take that left arm around the leg. Okay, it may not get all the way around. You may need to grab your shorts or your shirt. And then we're going to take the right arm, reach it behind, and see if you can find the left hand. And then fold forward. Breathe into those kidneys, back of the body. And then meet that breath in the back of the body at the center and pull that breath through the front of the body as well. Let that breath flow deep and full. Now we're going to release the hands. Releasing the bind. You can bring the left foot towards the right thigh, walking the hands forward and folding out over the right leg. Or you can take that left foot on top of the right thigh, taking a half lotus. If you want to go further, you can take the left hand around behind you, grabbing the left toes and then folding forward. Some of you who are blessed with loose hips, your knee will be on the ground. Those of us with cement joints will just keep breathing and suffering. Actually, our practice shouldn't be suffering. It should be creating peace in the body. So if it does feel like suffering, you know what to do. Come on out of that pose and do something else. One more breath. And then we'll lift up. Slide that left leg out to meet the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and fold. Lengthening as you inhale. Exhaling and softening. Breath flowing through every cell. Moving that breath through the front body and the back body. Through the lower body and the upper body. From the inside out. One more breath, deep and full. Walk those hands up. We're going to bend the right knee, cross the left ankle over the right knee, and then we're going to lift our hips up off the ground. So we're taking a tabletop, but getting a little hip stretch. So maybe your hips are in line with the shoulders and the knee, maybe they're not if that left hip is tight. Just be patient. Keep that left foot flexed. Good. We'll lower back down. Release that left foot. And then we'll take our Marichandasana on the other side. So we're going to step that right foot in. Reach the right arm to the sky. Lean forward. See if you can get that armpit around the knee. Wrap it. Take that left arm behind you. See if you can find the right. Taking a bind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and fold. Sending that piece into the little toes, into the pinky fingers. Feeling that word that you said, that word that bubbled up. Move that through all the cells. One more breath here. Seeing what you can discover, what the body is telling you. Can you hear it? And then release. Take that right foot and either bring it to the inside of the left thigh, walking the hands forward for Janu Shirshasana, or taking that right foot and taking a half lotus, placing that foot up into the hip crease. And then take that left hand around you, maybe use the right hand to help you, and you grab the big toe. And then we can pull forward. Maybe that right knee is coming down to the ground, maybe it's still off the ground. Just noticing. Noticing the difference between the two sides of the body as well. And sending loving kindness to the whole body. The places that are tight and the places that are open both. Slowly release. Releasing the bind, just let that right leg meet the left. Inhale, take those arms up, lifting the heart a little bit. Take a little tiny back bend here as the heart pulls forward and the arms pull back with the ears. And then exhale and fold. And just notice the curves of the spine. Feeling length in the spine as you fold. Pressing out through the feet. Pinky toes and the big toes stay in line with each other. Maybe you even spread the toes apart. And then walk those hands back in, coming up. You're going to bend the left knee. Take the right foot and cross it over. Flex through the ankle and then lift the hips up. Try to lift those hips so they're in line with the shoulders and the knee. And then slowly lower down. We'll come all the way down to our backs. And just take a moment and notice how you've landed. Notice the parts of the body touching the ground. We'll take a final spinal twist. Draw the knees to the chest. Hug them in. And then take whatever version of spinal twist you like. If you like eagle legs, or you like legs extended at 90 degrees, or you like to tuck a toe behind the knee, whatever. Take the twist that feels good to you. We're rinsing out the internal organs. So I was watching 2 films in the Cleveland Film Festival. Well, I watched a bunch of them, but 2 struck me in particular. One was about raising camels in the Arctic Circle, and the other was about Bhutan and the teacher that was sent to the most remote school in the world. And both of these films were particularly touching because the main characters, there was an open-heartedness. Take those knees back through center. Take the knees over to the other side. The child who had the 2 camels that they were trying to train for riding was deeply affected as they tried to train the camels. Deeply affected by how they had to treat the camels to train them. And he was so sweet. He said, "These camels are like my family, and I don't want to hurt them. I love them. And hurting them is like someone close to me dying." And his heart was so open. It was so beautiful. And then this teacher in Bhutan met all these young children. And the teacher didn't want to be there, but the children were so open-hearted and so loving and so curious and so hopeful that it transformed this young man's life. That was such a beautiful example about what it's like to have an open heart. Come back onto your backs. You can take any pose that feels good to you now, a shoulder stand, legs up the wall. If you want an inversion, a headstand or a handstand, take whatever you need. Right, and if we keep our hearts open, life is such a joy, such a different experience when we approach it with an open heart. When the fear of being hurt is so secondary to the sensation and desire to feel joy. So take a breath in and this pose that you're experiencing, open that heart up. And then whenever you're ready, finding whatever Shavasana feels good to you. Maybe staying in headstand or handstand feels like a nice way to finish your practice. That's fine. There's no rules today. You're at home, I can't see you. Enjoy what you want. Just allow this easiness to come into the body. This comfortable coming home. Seeing yourself. And loving yourself just as you are. And knowing from that place anything is possible. So lie in stillness for a few minutes, just taking complete rest. Breath in and breathe in anything you wanted or needed from this practice. Draw it in with breath. And take another breath in and move that through every cell in the body. And then if there's anything that you wanted to let go of and leave here in this practice, take a breath in. And on your exhale, let it go. Another breath in, pull that out from any cell that might still be stuck in. Wiggle it out of the body with the breath, freeing yourself. And then let your head rock side to side and fingers and toes begin to move. Finding your way to your seat. Allowing the eyes to remain closed and the jaw to be soft. Feel that energy between the hands, that prana and life force that you can actually feel. Bring your awareness to what you created in your practice today. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in, turning on this practice, and staying all the way through. I honor you by seeing the highest in you. Namaste. As always, I take requests, comments, suggestions. You can tell by the practice what kinds of requests I've been getting. So if you'd like something else, let me know. I will honor that as well. All right, have a beautiful night. Thanks so much for being here.